What is up, Kurosaki clan? It is your man, Keon'S Kurosaki in the building, and today I am going to be giving you my WWE Money in the Bank 2025 predictions. The Money in the Bank ladder matches looking fire. Both the men's and the women's are stacked. I am more excited for the women's ladder match, but both ladder matches should be fun. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch are gonna be going at it once again. Their match at Backlash, I really hoped it was a good match, and it was. It was arguably match of the night at Backlash. But let's see if they can steal the show again. Let's see if they can steal the show again. All right, because there are going to be two ladder matches, so we'll see if Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria can put on another banger for us. And of course, we have, I'm guessing, the main event: John Cena and Logan Paul going up against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Who would have thought in this world, in this reality, this timeline, that Logan Paul and John Cena would team up together in a wrestling ring? Who would have thought? Certainly not me. I would have believed that they would fight before they even team up. But hey, it's a reality. It's going to happen Saturday. Logan Paul and John Cena are going to be teaming up. And it's kind of like, champion and challenger versus champion and challenger. So, like, Logan Paul was the challenger for Jey Uso's world title. And John Cena is a champion, and Cody Rhodes was going for John Cena's title. So it's cool how that kind of intertwines in a way, like crisscross applesauce. But yeah, let me stop yapping. There's only 4 matches on this card because I'm guessing the ladder matches are going to be very, very long and hopefully entertaining as well. So yeah, let me stop yapping. But before we get into this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Do whatever you gotta do to interact with this video. Let me know your predictions down below in the comments for Money in the Bank. And let me stop yapping and let's get into these predictions, The first match that I'm going to be giving my predictions on is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Oh my gosh, the names, the talent in this match. Holy cow. We got Julia, we got Stephanie McCourt, we got Rhea Ripley, we got Alexa Bliss, we got Naomi, and we got Roxanne Perez. If that ain't a freaking star-studded Money in the Bank ladder match, I don't know what is. Alright, so who I think is gonna win? Let me go by elimination, alright? Rhea Ripley should not win. Rhea Ripley does not need the Money in the Bank to get a world title shot, okay? Julia, she's not winning. They have not built her up enough for the audience to be like, oh yeah, that'd be cool if she won the Money in the Bank. Stephanie McCourt, I do not think she's gonna win either. I would love that. That'd be cool, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. But once again, she's not really familiarized with the crowd. I mean, the crowd knows who she is, but she hasn't really been built up to win the Money in the Bank. And Stephanie McCourt's time is obviously gonna come soon, but I don't think she's gonna, immediately get a Money in the Bank, contract after she loses the NXT title and then she qualifies for Money in the Bank. So I don't think Stephanie McCourt is gonna win. So that leaves Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, and Naomi. Those are the 3 that I feel like have the best shot of winning the Money in the Bank. Now, Alexa Bliss could win. She could cash in on Tiffany Stratton because, history. Tiffany and Alexa were involved in that one promo. And Alexa Bliss, freaking called out Tiffany Stratton on Twitter, I think, or something like that. In character, of course. So they could do something there, build up the Alexa and Tiffany Stratton rivalry. But I feel like they're gonna be too focused on doing Charlotte and Alexa because I feel like they're probably gonna fight at SummerSlam, most likely a Charlotte and Alexa. So, or or they could do Charlotte and Jade. I don't know, but I feel like they're leaning either towards a match between Charlotte and Alexa, or they're gonna do like a partnership. That'd be interesting. But I feel like they're definitely gonna do a match between the two. And I don't think Alexa Bliss is gonna be Money in the Bank, like be Miss Money in the Bank while doing that. So I don't think Alexa Bliss is gonna win. So that leaves Naomi and Roxanne Perez. And I've been going back and forth. Okay, Roxanne could win the whole storyline with Liv Morgan. Maybe like during a Liv Morgan and Io Sky world title match, Roxanne Perez decides to cash in and turn her back on Liv Morgan in the rest of the Judgment Day. And like it's Finn Balor and maybe Dominic and Roxanne and like I feel like if Roxanne wins the Money in the Bank, they could do a thing where like she betrays Liv Morgan while getting the Women's World Championship in while doing it. You know what I mean? And also, if they can give Tiffany Stratton the Money in the Bank briefcase in her first year, why not Roxanne? That'd be cool. But then we have Naomi. All right, Naomi, she could win it. All right, she's been very hot. Her new character has been really interesting. A very fresh start for Naomi. Very fresh character, and she's been getting some wins. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair and all that other stuff. And Naomi said that she could get the WWE Championship from Tiffany Stratton. So, who I think is going to win Money in the Bank? I would love if Naomi won, but I feel like she still has so much more like unfinished business with Jade and Bianca that I don't think Naomi is going to have time to be Miss Money in the Bank because she's going to be too focused on Jade, and Jade could possibly cost her the match, or Bianca could cost her the match, or I just don't think that Naomi is done with Jade and the Bianca storyline. And I feel like Roxanne, similar to Tiffany Stratton, could be just freaking rocket shooted up to the main event scene immediately with this Money in the Bank briefcase. So even though I would love, and I know a lot of people want Naomi to win, I don't think she's done with Jade and Bianca yet. So I think Roxanne Perez is going to win the Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, and I believe that she'll probably cash in on Io Sky, or she'll probably cash in on Liv. Really seeing who is champion by the time she cashes in. But my final prediction, Roxanne Perez, the prodigy, alright, CM Punk's daughter, is going to win the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. Staying on the women's division, we have the women's Intercontinental Championship match between Lyra Valkyria, the champion, and Becky Lynch. Like I said, Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria, they had a great match at Backlash, and I'm expecting the same again. Now, I would love it. Now, listen, I would love it if Lyra Valkyria would retain. Like I said last time, I would love it, right? I feel like this rivalry with Becky has really, like, put Lyra Valkyria into it. Like it, how to explain it? It's like she's more enhanced in my eyes. You know what I mean? At first, I wasn't really into Lyra Valkyria. When she first won the IC championship, I was like, what? Dakota Kai, man. Dakota Kai could have won that championship. But now I'm kind of glad that she did win it, because we all know what happened to Dakota. She got released, unfortunately. But Lyra Valkyria has really proved herself to me. Her promo skills have definitely grown during this rivalry with Becky Lynch, and I have been enjoying seeing Lyra Valkyria on my TV screen. And I would love it if she would be able to continue being the champion, and so I can get used to her a little bit more. Not saying that if she loses the title, then that she's just gonna disappear off of TV, but I feel like she can do so much more with the title. But I feel like they would probably want Becky to win, because I don't know if they would have Becky lose twice to well, not twice, but like 3 times. You know what I mean? Like, because Becky lost at NXT, Becky lost at Backlash. Would they really want Lyra Valkyria to beat her 3 times? Or would they have Becky finally win the Intercontinental Championship so she's gonna be like a Grand Slam champion. I feel like they would probably have Becky win, and then they'll probably move on to like a Bayley versus Becky Lynch storyline for the IC championship. Even though they could probably do that without the title, I feel like they would probably want Becky to be champion while that happens. I don't know. And also stipulation that if Becky loses, no, if Becky wins the title, then Lyra has to lift her hand up, and I feel like they probably do that. Have Lyra like lift her hand up, and then Becky just freaking clobbers Lyra Valkyria after, and just start beating her up, and then Bayley comes back. That could happen. So yeah, I think Becky Lynch is going to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I said she would win last time. She didn't, but this time, 3 times the charm. It's okay. Becky has lost to Lyra 2 times. I don't think Lyra is going to get the 3rd one. I think Becky is going to win the Women's IC Championship. And Valkyria is probably going to lift her hand up reluctantly, and then Becky's just going to freaking clothesline her and start beating the mess out of her again. Then Bayley comes out for the rescue, and then we build up to a Bayley and Becky Lynch match for the IC Championship at SummerSlam. So yeah, I think Becky Lynch is going to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Next up, we have the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Alright, we got LA Knight, yeah. We got Seth freaking Rollins. We got El Grande Americano. We got Andrade. We got Penta, Zero, Miedo, and we got Solo. I did not expect Solo to be in this match, honestly. I thought Carmelo Hayes was going to win. Was Carmelo in the match? No, he wasn't. I thought Rey Fenix was going to win. I thought Rey Fenix was going to win the triple threat instead of Solo, because, you know, we could have had Penta and Rey Fenix, bro. That would have been sick. That would have been an awesome reunion. But now we got to wait even longer for Penta and Rey Fenix to interact. But yes, Solo's in this match. But yeah. Solo's not winning, obviously. El Grande Americano is not going to win. Andrade is definitely not going to win. It'll be cool if Penta won. I doubt he is. So it's definitely between LA Knight and Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins has a lot of unfinished business. Alright, he has a lot of, you know, resentment and rivalry with CM Punk and Sami Zayn and all these other people, especially with his group, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, The Vision, what I like to call them, until they actually get a name, because they haven't gotten a name yet, but I call them The Vision. Seth Rollins definitely is not going to win this match. I think LA Knight is going to win this match. Yeah, it's about time. Alright, it's about time. I thought he was going to win 2 years ago, but no, Damian Priest wins. But I thought LA Knight was going to win 2 years ago, and I was so mad. I was so mad we didn't win. I kind of, like, if it wasn't going to be LA Knight, I thought it was going to be Damian Priest. But I was still mad. I wanted LA Knight to win, bro. I wanted it to be LA Knight and Io Sky. And then the next year after that, I didn't expect LA Knight to win. But now, this year, this is the year. Third time's the charm. Just with Becky Lynch, who lost to Lyra Valkyria twice. LA Knight lost the Money in the Bank twice. This is his time. Third time is the charm. LA Knight is going to be Mr. Money in the Bank, and he is going to cash in on John Cena. Well, yeah. Yeah. Or whoever is the undisputed champion, I think LA Knight is going to cash in on that person. Seth Rollins is not going to win because probably interference from CM Punk, similar to Drew McIntyre. Please don't do the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk thing where Drew McIntyre wins it and then he try to cash it in the same night and then he loses because CM Punk cost him the match. Listen, a lot of people hated that. I liked it. I liked that because the Money in the Bank fueled the rivalry between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. We don't need to do that again. All right, we need a men's Money in the Bank winner active. All right, we had Tiffany Stratton last year. That was cool with Nia Jax and all that other stuff. But we need both. All right, we need both the women's. We need both the men's. We need both women's and men at the same time. All right, Money in the Bank on Raw and SmackDown. Money in the Bank on Raw. Money in the Bank on SmackDown. We need it. Okay, and I think LA Knight would be awesome And I think LA Knight is going to be Mr. Money in the Bank. Yeah. Yeah. Now we have the last match. I believe this is probably going to be the main event. Possibly. I would assume so, because it's both the champions. So I think it's probably going to be the last match on the card. We got the team of John Cena and Logan Paul. Never expected that. Going up against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. So yeah, once again, did not expect Logan Paul and John Cena to be together in a match. John Cena is the WWE champion. Jey Uso is the world champion. Logan Paul just had a match for the world title, and he lost due to Cody. And Cody Rhodes just had a match at WrestleMania. Bad match. I'm sorry. Probably one of the worst matches I've seen at WrestleMania, and that's crazy. But yeah, Cody Rhodes lost his WWE Championship match due to Travis Scott and his own stupidity and his own being gullible. But yeah, the tag team match is pretty cool. You got champion and challenger going up against champion and challenger, and it should be fun. You know what I mean? But who I think is going to win? I think Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso is going to win. And I'll probably start building up Cody and Cena at SummerSlam for the title. Will Cody win the title? I don't know. I don't know if they would have Cena just lose the title to Cody again. Or would they like try to build that up again, have Cody win the Rumble, and then face him at WrestleMania? No. But yeah, I think Cody and Jey are going to win. Logan Paul is obviously going to get pinned. And yeah, I think this is probably going to build up to Cena and Cody at SummerSlam. Let's do it. So yeah, that was Money in the Bank. There was only 4 matches. I'm really excited for, honestly, the women's matches. Honestly, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match and the Intercontinental Championship match. Like, both the women's matches, I'm very excited for. The men's, I am decently enthusiastic about those matches, but I am super excited for the women's Money in the Bank and the IC Championship match. So yeah, those are my Money in the Bank predictions. Let me know your predictions down below in the comments if you watch wrestling or anything like that. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, do whatever you gotta to do to interact with this video. And I will see you guys on Saturday or Friday or today, because I'm probably gonna post this tomorrow or post this today. You're probably gonna see it tomorrow. I'll see you when I stream on Friday for SmackDown, and I stream on Saturday for Money in the Bank. Alright? Hopefully. Alright. I'm gonna get out of here.